Hello, I'm Captain Stacy Spell, Commanding Officer of Media Relations Division of the Los Angeles Police Department. This critical incident community briefing is intended to provide you with information about an officer-involved shooting that occurred in Central Division in the city of Los Angeles on October 8, 2021 at around 6:45 p.m. You're about to see relevant video footage and learn about other evidence and police procedures related to the case so you can have a better understanding of what occurred based on what we know right now. The LAPD conducts very thorough use of force investigations, which typically require investigators to interview multiple witnesses, view numerous hours of video footage, and analyze a significant amount of forensic evidence. We're still at the very early stages of this investigation, which can often take up to a year to complete, and our understanding of the incident may change as this additional evidence is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. We also do not draw any conclusions about whether the officers acted consistent with our policies and the law until all the facts are known and the investigation is complete. A word of caution. The images and information you're about to see may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a suspect or defend against an attack, it can be graphic and difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong language used by those shown in the video. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and sensitive viewers. On the afternoon of October 8, 2021, at approximately 3:45 p.m., there was an assault with a deadly weapon in the area of 8th Street and Broadway by an individual later identified as 45-year-old Rudy Anderson. During that incident, Anderson placed a handgun to the victim's head and pulled the trigger. Fortunately, the handgun did not fire and Anderson fled the location. At approximately 4 p.m., there was an attempt carjacking by Anderson in the 600 block of South Spring Street. During this incident, Anderson approached a woman who was seated in her car, brandished a handgun, and attempted to gain entry. However, the victim was able to lock her door and Anderson fled the location. A few minutes later, at 4:05 p.m., there was an attempt murder committed by Anderson on the 700 block of South Broadway. During this incident, Anderson shot and injured a 14-year-old boy. Prior to shooting the 14-year-old boy, Anderson pointed his handgun, pulled the trigger, and fired multiple shots at the boy's uncle and mother. They were not struck by gunfire. Anderson then fled to the area of 7th and Spring Street, where he committed an attempt robbery. Anderson forcibly pushed the victim off a bicycle in an attempt to take it from the victim. Anderson brandished a handgun, but ultimately fled the location without the bicycle. Multiple 911 calls were generated by this point and assigned to Central Patrol units. Here are the 911 calls and corresponding radio broadcast.
Hello, LAPD Operator 229.
Yes, somebody got shot in my store.
Okay.
7
Paramedics, don't hang up.
Yeah.
Fire Paramedics Operator 227 with the address of the emergency.
7 South Broadway?
Yes, the paramedics.
7 South Broadway?
Yes, somebody got shot in the store.
Okay, I'm going to get you some help. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Central Unit Family Shooting occurred 7 South Broadway, 7 South Broadway, inside an unknown store. Victim down with a gunshot wound. Code 3 inside 3076 RD163. Stand by for additional.
Central Division patrol officers responded to the area and were flagged down by community members at the 500 block of South Main Street. These community members directed officers to Anderson. As officers were attempting to make contact, he fled into a residential apartment building nearby. While inside the apartment building, Anderson entered an apartment, took a woman hostage at gunpoint, and created a barricaded situation. Notifications were made to Metropolitan Division, Special Weapons and Tactics, SWAT, who responded and began formulating a plan to rescue the hostage. During the standoff, Anderson moved the hostage to a window overlooking the street and was observed pointing a handgun at her head. SWAT officers immediately forced entry into the apartment and an officer-involved shooting occurred.
He's got a gun to someone's head.
What?
Look, look.
Shut the fuck up.
Or a knife.
Oh, fuck. Oh, you're right. People are seeing it. Okay, he has a gun to someone. It is. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Hey, baby, get down, get down, get down, get down, get down, get down. Get down, get down, get down. Get down, get down.
This incident was also captured on the officer's body-worn video cameras. Body-worn video cameras are used by most officers assigned to field duties. They are worn at chest level and capture a general perspective within line of sight from that angle. The angle of the camera prohibits viewers from seeing everything the officer saw and experienced. Upon activation, both audio and video will turn on. However, body-worn video cameras have a buffer of video without audio from the previous 2 minutes prior to activation. This feature is designed to capture incidents that occur suddenly, where an officer doesn't immediately activate the camera.
Finish clearing the building!
I got him. I got him.
Stay! Finish clearing! You guys stay!
Come on. Come on. Here. Hostage, hostage.
Anderson was struck by gunfire and was pronounced dead at scene by Los Angeles Fire Department personnel. The hostage was rescued from the apartment by SWAT officers and was not injured during the incident. Anderson's gun was recovered at scene and booked as evidence. Rudy Anderson was a 45-year-old resident of Los Angeles. In the next several months, the LAPD will continue to investigate and analyze this incident. We will continue interviewing any new witnesses that may come forward and complete any forensic tests. After the investigation is complete, our Critical Incident Review Division will forward their findings to the Chief of Police, who will make his recommendation to the Civilian Board of Police Commissioners. The board will evaluate the evidence to determine whether the officer's tactics, drawing and exhibiting a weapon, and use of deadly force in this instance met the high standards expected of all LAPD officers. If you would like more information on how the LAPD investigates all officer-involved shootings and other serious uses of force, visit lapdonline.org, where you can find the LAPD's use of force policy and procedures. Thank you for taking the time to view this critical incident community briefing.